Counselor Schwartz.
We'll all rise. We'd all bow and pray in our own way for a moment. Amen. Now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And before we get to the next item, and even though we just did a roll call, I thought I would just deviate for a moment and do an introduction. I'm Rick McKinney, this year serving as president of the county council, and I am an at-large member. At the far left is Jeff Hearn. He's also at large, and he is also up for election this year. And then we have Councilor Ken Alexander, and he is District 4, right, Ken?
That is correct.
And then to my immediate left, Councilor Steve Schwartz in District 3. To my right, Councilor Brad Beaver. He's also at large and up for re-election this year. Councilor Amy Masalamani is under the weather tonight. She's District 2. And then on the far right is Councilor
That's fitting.
Fred Glenn,
That is a good
District 1. So just so everybody at the public watching and in the audience can sort of identify who we are. Again, there's 3 county councilors up for election this year: Jeff Hearn, Rick McKinney, Brad Beaver. Now, number 4, read and approve minutes for January 8th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Public comments. Open up our meeting for any public comments. Anyone from the public like to talk? Are you Lisa?
Yes, I'm Lisa.
All right, Lisa. If you would come to the podium, introduce yourself with your address.
Would you all put your papers down, please? So it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
And we normally have a 3 to 5 minute time frame. And
problem.
I'm going to ask somebody with a clock. I can. Okay, Jeff.
Thank you.
Yes. Go ahead.
My name is Lisa Wilkin. I live at 213 Beechwood Drive in Westfield, Indiana. I am a United States Air Force veteran, and I am before the County Council this evening. I want to talk to you about veterans issues here in Hamilton County. First of all, I don't know if you're aware of the fact that Hamilton County is actually a leader in veterans issues here in the state. You all have a packet in front of you that has information that starts with our GDX. The first one that you have in your packet shows the GDX, which is the demographics of the breakdown of our veteran population from 2014. And if you look at Hamilton County, we had 17,110 veterans in Hamilton County in 2014. And we brought in $39 million into the county that is spent here in our local community. If you look at the second page of your packet, it is the GDX information for 2018. If you look at 2018 for Hamilton County, our veteran population has gone down to 14,000 veterans, but the amount of money that comes into the county has gone up to over $48 million a year. And that is all in direct relationship to the training and the accreditation and the addition to our County Veteran Service Office that our county commissioners and our county council has invested in. So I want to make sure that you're aware of the return on investment that you're receiving for that County Veteran Service Office. Now, it was brought to my attention that our County Veteran Service Officer would not be reappointed here in Hamilton County. And so as a veteran advocate, I let several veterans know, and they applied for that position. I'm concerned of how that appointment was handled. We have an Indiana code here in the state of Indiana. If you look in your packet, that Indiana code is here, and it is very clear. It tells the requirements of what the eligibility is for a county veteran service officer. You must be a veteran at the federal level, which means 180 active days of consecutive service. You must also be a resident in the state of Indiana for 5 years. Currently, it says consecutive. there's a bill at the State House, House Bill 1173, that will change that from consecutive to cumulative, and that is supported by the veterans community. And so when I found out that we had that position open here in Hamilton County, myself and other advocates that advocate at the State House had veterans apply for that position. And so I also reached out to my county commissioner. And unfortunately, the process that he was told, which was relayed to me, wasn't the process that they followed. So when I followed back up with my county commissioner, I found out that they had appointed that position 2 days prior. So they interviewed on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They posted on Friday that they were going to announce the position at the commission meeting on Monday. And my concern with that is that the 3-panel hiring panel that our county commissioners used did not know the eligibility requirements for the position they were hiring for. So in your packet, there's also a letter from our county commissioners that shows how they've rescinded that appointment. But there's some information in here that is very concerning to me, where it mentions they've rescinded the appointment, but they're holding that position until the legislature is complete because there's pending legislation that might affect those eligibility requirements. Not the 5-year requirement. It will still be 5 years. It will be cumulative, but not consecutive, and that would not affect this appointment here in Hamilton County. You'll also see in your packet some emails where different veterans have asked the question of our county commissioners, what pending legislation are you referring to? We've gotten no response. And so I wanted to make sure that our county council is aware that we have this controversy here in Hamilton County. And it has stirred up other controversies in the fact that Hamilton County chose to only reach out to our Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, but did not choose to reach out to our Indiana Veteran Service Officer Association. Our Indiana Veteran Service Officers are such a strong association in the state of Indiana. They have a seat on our Veterans Commission. They could have cleared this up. It would have also helped not to stoke the fire of district service officers that work for the state and do not do disability claims for veterans, and county VSOs, because district service officers don't supervise them. And so that's what I wanted to make the county council aware. So you all have this packet. I'll make sure that you receive all of this information digitally also. And so I thank you for your time, and I would welcome any questions.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to give you
Right.
5 minutes.
I saw that.
Okay, good. Question for you, though. Is there a system in place at the state level that reviews things like this at the county, that when they do something like this, that oversees it? Maybe some type of a watchdog type situation?
That should be our Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. I will tell you, we have a new director that's been there in February. Sometime this month will be a year that he will be in that position. He is creating systems and processes within that department that were not there with the previous leadership, because the leadership prior to that leadership under Governor Daniels, when a new county VSO was hired, their DD 214 and information was sent to the director at IDVA, and he personally checked not only their residency, because he has the ability to do that, but he also checked on their DD 214 to make sure that they met the requirements
At the
of
federal
being
level.
a veteran, because this process has we've discovered that our previous county VSO didn't meet those requirements either of the 180 consecutive days of active duty service. And so with this position being so important, and it is important because it is money that our veterans have earned, and we have to make sure that they're receiving that. For many reasons, because they've earned it, but it also helps keep our federal government honest about the true cost of war, and it keeps our VA fully funded. So that's why that position is so important here in the state, and why we're working hard at the State House to try and get some funding from our state legislators into our counties for that position.
I appreciate what you and your group does. all of us here, including Rick and Brad, we all voted to get another part-time person in here to try to help out this past year. But also, my question, I guess, is have you talked to the state? The new director's been here a year. Does he laid out a timeline or anything that he's going to do to interact with our commissioners or?
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten a response back from the commissioners after they had their meeting with the director at IDVA. They posted this letter, but I will tell you that our Indiana Veteran Service Officer Association has been in contact with the director at IDVA, and House Bill 1173 is his omnibus IDVA bill, and he let them know he is not amending that bill to make any changes to the 5-year residency requirement that's printed in that current
Thanks.
bill.
That's all I have.
Anybody else want to ask Lisa anything?
I'd like to thank you for your service and bring it
Yes,
to our
thank you for
attention.
your service. Appreciate
Perfect,
that.
thank you so much. Wanted to let you know 10 women veterans wrote a book about our service here in Indiana. I'm one of them from Hamilton County, and it was edited by our previous poet laureate for the state of Indiana, who's also a Hamilton County resident.
Could you say that title one more time?
Title, yeah.
It's Finding the Words, Stories and Poems of Women Veterans, and all the proceeds for the book go to the Indiana Writers Center for Future Project for Veterans.
Where could people pick it up or buy it?
You can buy it at Barnes & Noble, and you can also buy it on Amazon.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Lisa.
Thank you for
Appreciate
your
it.
time.
Take care.
Committee officer reports under President. I have a couple items. The first, congratulations to the Auditor's Office and the DLGF getting the tax rates done early, and appreciate that. That was a terrific job, Robin and your staff. We also have another work session. We had one tonight on the PSAP, local income tax. And for March 4th, would also like to have one at 6:15, and that's to go over the Wagner Irwin Shealy salary study. Not have one in April, and then May 6, 6 p.m., workforce study, work session with workforce study writer Thomas Miller at the commissioners.
All in 1A?
No, I'm sorry. Yes, yep. And possibly Aspire in June. So we don't have that yet. And then Vice President Cindy, Amy's not here. Highway. We had a meeting today with a lot of great information. Ken, you distributed copies of some of our reports.
We distributed the reports on the projects that are current and ongoing, as well as our future ones, so that we can look for budgeting to the different funds that we need to plan for in the coming budget. We also got information that's not final, but that it appears that the bids that came in today that will affect us from NDOT's letting look to be within our budgets for what we had planned for on State Road 37 and 146th Street.
Yeah, 146 interchange. But we also got news that we're substantially going to be over budget for two others.
Percentage over, do you know?
I mean, 140, the bids for 146th Street?
Approximately almost 2 million under
Total project, we're over. Is that what you're saying?
for the other two, 131st, 135, 141.
It's all in the information that I handed out to
Got
everyone.
what percentage over?
It's not percentage. You'll see information in there with that, and you can contact
And we-
Brad. And
We may do that in June instead of Aspire. Have a work session with Brad and Joel and Jim Neal, because as you'll see when you read it, it's very, very fine print. Very, very fine print. So, but yeah. And then Steve, did you want to mention about the drainage tunnel?
I've completed the tunnel. They have made it's 6.
Proposal and a plan, and a price.
guaranteed maximum price, GMP.
Thank you. And once they appoint them and they come up there with it, then we'll know further. But all of them seemed, they didn't want to be pinned down to a price, but all of them generally gave a head nod that they could meet the price that we were looking for. So I was generally pleased coming out of the meeting.
Dan, I saw an email. Is the email that discussed a certain contractor, is that public now on who they're thinking about, as long as the terms come in? Okay. He said the commissioners had not released it yet, so not public.
All right. Other miscellaneous, we had a report provided to us by Steve for the coroner, costs of his office, the coroner.
That's just some updated numbers, et cetera. John's done a good job in keeping us informed.
In being in-house, I think I saw he saved us roughly 87,000 by
That-
transport.
He has, and there's a lot more fees that he's saved us there. He's probably pushing that $200,000 number.
Very nice,
Kudos to our Hamilton County coroner.
very nice.
One other item I had that I think everybody's aware of, just to recognize that our 28-year Director of Hamilton County Parks, Al Patterson's going to be leaving at the end of February.
Kind of sad to see him go. I know, I thought Brad was appropriate when he's out, that he's accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
And he really has.
Anybody else? Anything else on our miscellaneous?
I was just going to say one thing when you were talking about us running for reelection. I wanted to bring up Robin, who's also this year running for reelection.
She's unopposed.
I know, but in the fall she might not be. So I just wanted to make sure that Robin
Her
was
race is
mentioned.
a little less crowded, isn't it?
Yes, a little less crowded. We just wanted to mention
All
that.
right, thanks, Jeff.
That
Thank
she loves her job so much, and it's kind of easy peasy for her that she decided I'll just try to sign up for another 4 years.
Wow, that's, I'm sure you want that one recorded and put out
Yes.
there, right?
That's gonna haunt you.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna haunt me all year.
Nothing unfinished, nothing tabled. New business, approval of vendor claims.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That passes. Fund 9149 Adult Guardianship Grant Program. We're looking to appropriate $40,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And this is the match for the Shepherd Center Adult Guardianship Program. Now I'd like to open the public hearing for additional appropriations. The very first one is Fund 1000, overall for County General, requesting $40,871.
I'm gonna make a motion to combine 1 through 4.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because they're mostly, they're transfers and reduction, and 1 additional on the EMA. I mean,
There's
it's
a
just
reduction.
pretty simple stuff on there.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to explain what each one is. Combine them and then I'll read them.
Okay, that's a second?
I'm waiting for a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you. So the first one is 40,000 professional services. Next, we have Hamilton County Buildings and Grounds. This is a reduction, and this is savings from our solar, lighting, and improved heating and ventilation. Prosecutor's amendment for a change in his staffing. All in favor?
Aye.
No, so that passes. Then we have Fund 1138, cap development transfer, $4,104, and this is matching the Hamilton County Express capital grant.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it passes unanimously. We have Fund 1189, Recorders Record Preparation Perpetuation Fund, requesting $60,000. First time we've broken out the expenses, that they're actually going to pay for some things, and something was put put incorrect into a couple of accounts. Let's correct that. You have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Although,
Would anyone want to ask the
yeah, we could bring her up to explain that, I think.
I think we're okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that passes. We have Fund 1222 Communications 144 Amendment. Requesting to hire above entry promotion Travis Comer to a shift supervisor.
I'll motion. Second.
Ken, second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that passes. Then Fund 1235 for the Public Safety Communication Lit, requesting 1.5 million.
Motion for discussion. Is that what we have to do?
Second.
All right. And this is to cover new expenses under the new lit for radio, cell phones, laptops, for public safety entities throughout Hamilton County, cities and county.
Yeah, we had a work session with the director of our 911 communication before this meeting and kind of gave us the rundown on what he had in mind. I think personally have a comfort level with his plan going forward. He wants this additional, probably one additional again next month to get started on the new income taxes paying for it. But it seems to have a handle on it, so I'm in favor of it.
Any other comments? No? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes. Thank you, Brad. Fund 2100 Supplemental Adult Probation Transfer 25,000 and to cover the cost of office equipment.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Aye. That passes. Fund 4905 Digital Ortho Fund requesting 41,228, and this is to pay Pictometry the third of 3 payments on the anniversary of shipment of Imagy, and this pays for our new pictures that people see online.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fund 4918 Youth Assistance Program requesting 80,367, and I believe this is to pay for health insurance.
Correct. Motion to approve. Second.
Brad motion, Ken
Second.
second it. All in favor?
Aye.
That passes, and now we close the public hearing. Announcements from the sheriff? Okay.
Any changes you want to make this week? Understandable.
Council attorney? Nothing?
Nobody wants to speak tonight.
Auditor?
Yes, I do. I just got in this past week, numbers for our loans that are usually done twice a year for bonds to cover the shortfall until the settlement. And so I would like for you to pass resolution CC 0205 2020-01.
So moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else anything before we adjourn? Thank you.
Thank you.